Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good evening, Eastern Iowa. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Danny Cassidy. Hopefully you've been enjoying your weekend so far, and after a little bit of a lull yesterday, we have more snow on the way tonight and especially during the day tomorrow, and then some stronger winds and maybe some strong storms. So let's kind of break this all down, and we'll split it up into two sections. First, talking about the snowfall, and then the rain and possible stronger winds on Monday. So first, the alert day for Sunday, some slick travel possible due to that snowfall, and then Monday, wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour, so two Storm Track 7 yellow alert days. Sunday will mostly be the northwestern portions of eastern Iowa, and then Monday will be all of eastern Iowa for those wind gusts and maybe a few strong storms. Not expected to be widespread severe, but a few stronger storms are definitely possible. First, let's talk about that snowfall chance. Tonight, we'll see eventually that snow start to fall to the surface. You might be seeing it on radar, and it's not falling. We're just so incredibly dry. But as those temperatures fall, as more moisture comes in from the west, then we'll start to see that light snow fall. And we could see some slick spots tonight, isolated though. It's going to be very light snow, maybe up to an inch of accumulation. Most of that though will be on grassy areas. Those roads are still well above freezing even after the snow we saw a couple of days ago. So again, it's a very light blue, maybe a little bit more to the north where there's a little bit of cooler weather, but then that moves out by 7 a.m. So that's not the brunt of it, that's just the initial wave. The second wave and more likely accumulation will be this off to our west. That'll move to the northeast, and by about 10 a.m. we'll start to be on our western edge here, and you could see some darker blues behind that, and that's where we could see some heavier snowfall. Now again, the big question is going to be how much is actually going to accumulate, but I do think snowfall rates, they could be up to an inch per hour, and if that happens, we'll definitely see some accumulation, especially to the north and to the west where it's a little bit cooler. And another question is, how quickly does it transition from snow into rain? Farther southeast you go, we're going to see much more rain. North and west, though, a little bit cooler. That's where we'll see the snowfall, and that will be the big determinant whether we see maybe a couple of inches of snow or maybe an inch or less in some spots. So you can see 3 o'clock, still seeing some snowfall in our northern regions, and again, this is where we could see those slick spots, and with the winds pretty strong as well, definitely could reduce visibility. Blowing snow is not going to be an issue, but it's going to be a thick, wet snow, so be careful shoveling it if you do have to clear off any of that snow on your driveway or on the roads. By 6 p.m., most, if not all of it, will now transition into rain. Then we'll have a few showers and isolated storms move in through the overnight hours, but nothing severe expected at least Sunday night. So in terms of snowfall totals, and in general, the farther north and west you live, the better chance you have of seeing 2 to 4 inches. The farther south and east you live, more towards that trace mark, 2 inches a little bit closer to the north and to the west, and then to the south and to the east, again, mainly expecting rain there. Can't rule out a few flurries, but again, I think it's going to be mostly rain south of Highway 30 there. So overall tonight, low temperatures, again, where it's cooler, where that snow will be falling in the upper 20s and low 30s, then in the low to mid 30s south and east. Light snow mainly north and west, and those winds will start to pick up through the overnight hours. We'll see gusts up to 25. Then for tomorrow, once the snow does start to clear, temperatures will rise. Upper 30s to the north and west where that snow is, low 40s in our central areas, and then upper 40s and low 50s to the south. Winds picking up through the day as well, and we'll see gusts up to 35 miles per hour. And in general, we'll have strong winds tomorrow and especially during the day on Monday. So the reason why we have the second alert day is because of the winds. We'll have gusts up to 45 miles per hour and sustained winds. I do think they're going to be a little bit higher than this, more like 20, 25 miles per hour. And we could see, loose tree branches being snapped, loose objects flowing around. So again, be careful if you have to drive on Monday. The snow should be gone by then, at least from the roadways, but the winds are definitely going to make an impact. The second part of this, and not as much of a threat at least yet, but the potential is there for maybe a few strong storms for much of the area Monday afternoon and evening. So you can see it's a level 1 risk there. But if we get enough energy, enough sunshine during the afternoon after the initial wave moves in, maybe some large hail, we're already going to have the gusty winds, and an isolated tornado can't be ruled out. Again, not expecting anything on a grand scale for now, but some stronger storms definitely can't be ruled out. So let's pick things back up at 10 o'clock. So you'll see some showers and isolated storms Sunday night into early Monday, but it'll just be rain. Temperatures will be above freezing and actually rising through the night. So not expecting any slick travel Sunday night into Monday. Then during the day, again, more showers and isolated storms. And again, if we see enough sunshine, you can see most of it out west and maybe a little bit in our central areas. If we see enough sunshine, maybe we get some isolated, you can see kind of these pockets of stronger storms. It'll be pretty isolated, but definitely could see a few. And this is where we could see maybe that isolated hail chance or maybe some tornadoes, and then winds will be gusty throughout the afternoon. By 8 o'clock after sunset, I think that chance will dissipate a little bit. Then we'll just see general showers and isolated storms Monday night into Tuesday. And then finally Tuesday, as the system starts to move through, we'll see northwest flow move in and maybe some very light snow. Not expecting a whole lot out of this. Little to no accumulation expected, but that chance will be there for Tuesday. All in all, this will be much beneficial precipitation, especially to the north and to the west. We'll see maybe up to an additional inch and a half from what we already saw a couple days ago. South and east, not as much, a half inch or less, but still, I think no matter where you are, we'll see that rainfall or precipitation, and that should cut in to our drought. So, all that being said, your city-by-city forecast for Waterloo, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, and Iowa City. Again, the farther west you are, the better chance you have of seeing it on Sunday. So you can see 100%, pretty certain there in Waterloo, 80% in Cedar Rapids, 70 in Iowa City and Dubuque. But Monday should be pretty widespread, and Tuesday, a lower chance of a rain-snow mix. And then after the day on Tuesday, we'll see some sunshine, warm up back into the 50s on Thursday. And then some better news here. Looks like more rain chances to wrap up the week, maybe on Friday, but more of a stronger signal to end this week into next week. And temperatures remaining pretty seasonal for the end of March in the low to mid 50s.